Hello everyone, welcome to the Cinematic Spellbook channel. Today, we're diving into 8 of the most badass movies of 2025. Number 8, Havoc. The story of this film takes place in a city that's rotten to the core, where crime runs wild. A group of reckless young people, led by Charlie and Mia, pull off a heist. They steal a washing machine packed with smuggled cocaine. That move puts them in the crosshairs of the city's corrupt cops, especially one named Vincent. Things get worse when they get involved in a deal with the boss of a dangerous Chinese gang. The deal falls apart, chaos breaks out, people get killed, and only Charlie and Mia manage to escape alive. Now, a lonely veteran detective named Walker, who's divorced and worn out, is assigned to find and protect a missing kid who turns out to be the son of a powerful politician, and that politician is Charlie's father. But as Walker digs deeper, he realizes the corruption isn't just on the streets, the police and politicians are all tangled up in it. The movie is packed with intense action scenes and edge-of-your-seat excitement. Number 7, Contraataque. The story kicks off with an elite special forces team from the Mexican army called the Bats, led by a badass commander named Guerrero. They're sent on a high-risk mission, to rescue a hostage from the clutches of an extremely dangerous cartel. Everything goes smoothly, until they suddenly walk right into a deadly ambush. Now the team is trapped deep in enemy territory, with no backup and limited gear. But these aren't just ordinary soldiers, they're the best of the best. Using their skills, smarts, and pure grit, they have to fight their way out and complete the mission. This film is packed with shootouts, explosions, intense duels, and edge-of-your-seat moments that'll keep you hooked from start to finish. Number 6, Exterritorial. The story follows a tough and badass woman named Sarah. She's a former Special Forces soldier who's seen horrifying things in Afghanistan and lost her partner in the process. Mentally drained and emotionally broken, she just wants to leave everything behind and start a new life with her young son, Josh. They head to the US Embassy in Frankfurt to apply for a visa, but then, out of nowhere, Josh disappears. No one believes he ever entered the embassy. Even the security cameras show nothing. Everyone thinks Sarah is hallucinating or having a mental breakdown. But Sarah knows her son is there, and that something shady is going on. So she takes matters into her own hands. She sneaks through the embassy, evades guards, bypasses cameras, and begins her own desperate search. Along the way, she crosses paths with a mysterious woman named Irina, who holds dangerous information about what's really happening behind the scenes. As Sarah digs deeper, she uncovers a truth far bigger and stranger than just a missing child, a truth that ties back to her own past. This is a psychological action thriller with an intense atmosphere and non-stop suspense. Number 5, Drop.
Run!
This film tells the story of a woman named Violet, who, after a painful breakup, decides to give dating another shot. Things start off well with a charming, stylish photographer named Henry, and they meet at a fancy restaurant for dinner. But just when everything seems calm and normal, Violet gets a strange message from an app called DG Drop. The message says, *, if you want your son and sister to stay alive, you have to do exactly what I say, and tell no one. *. From that moment on, the story turns into a tense, high-stakes game. Violet has to act like everything's fine while secretly carrying out bizarre and increasingly intense tasks that no one would ever expect from her. This film is packed with suspense, tech-driven twists, and psychological mind games that won't let you blink until the very end. Number 4, Death of a Unicorn. This film tells the story of a father and daughter, Elliot and his daughter Ridley, who, during a business trip, accidentally hit and kill a real unicorn with their car. Shocked, they take the body of the mythical creature to Elliot's billionaire boss's house. When the boss discovers that the unicorn's blood and horn have healing powers, he decides to use them to cure himself and his family. But of course, actions have consequences, and it doesn't take long before other unicorns show up, ready to take revenge for their fallen friend. That's when the story flips into a bizarre and wild horror comedy, packed with intense showdowns, strange moments, and over-the-top action. Number 3, another simple favor.
Gotta figure out what she's up to.
Alright, let's dive into a mysterious sequel. In the previous film, Stephanie and Emily went through a whirlwind of chaos, but now, years later, another strange and twisted story is about to unfold. Stephanie, who's now a famous author and vlogger, has written a book about her complicated past with Emily. One day, she gets invited to Emily's wedding. Yes, Emily, who's apparently been released from prison and is now planning to marry a wealthy Italian businessman. The wedding is set on the luxurious island of Capri. Everything seems perfect, until, as always, dead bodies start showing up. Stephanie, innocent as ever, gets caught right in the middle of the mess, but that's just the beginning. It turns out Emily has a secret identical twin sister named Charity, a criminal mastermind who's been impersonating Emily and setting her up for the murders. Now, Stephanie has to figure out who's real, who's fake, and how to stop Charity's twisted plan before it's too late. Number 2, winter, spring, summer, or fall.
Sometimes, the most unexpected people are the best ones.
This film follows the story of a bright, ambitious girl named Remy, who's dedicated her entire life to getting into Harvard. On the flip side, there's Barnes, a free-spirited guy who's all about music and doesn't care much for structure or academics. It all starts in winter, when they randomly meet on a train. But Remy, with her mind focused solely on success, brushes him off. Then spring rolls around, and they bump into each other again at a party, and this time, sparks begin to fly. By summer, their relationship deepens. Remy even considers ditching her Harvard plans to go on a road trip with Barnes. But her family strongly disapproves, and the pressure pulls them apart. Then autumn arrives. After some time apart, fate brings them back together in the city. After all the ups and downs, they decide to give their love one more chance. This film is a sweet, emotional romance that uses the 4 seasons as a backdrop to tell the story of a love full of twists, growth, and heartfelt moments. Number 1, Bob Trevino Likes It.
Be fine.
A young woman named Lily, who has a broken relationship with her family, one day starts searching for her real father on Facebook. While scrolling through profiles, she comes across a man named Bob, who, coincidentally, isn't her dad at all, but shares the same name. Out of curiosity, she sends him a message, and that's how an unexpected friendship begins. Lily, who's grown up feeling alone and never really had loving parents, slowly starts to see Bob as the father figure she's been missing. And Bob, who's dealing with struggles of his own, finds comfort and meaning in this connection. Over time, they become like family, not by blood, but by heart. This film is filled with heartfelt, emotional moments. Even though it carries sadness, it also offers warmth, hope, and a beautiful reminder that sometimes the people we choose can become our real home. Well, friends, that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.